Hello, my name's Sheila Ramaya. I'm the event manager for the PA show, which is a live face-to-face event taking place on the 22nd, 23rd of June at London's Excel. I'm here today with Shane Mansfield, Marketing Director of City Pantry, who's one of our latest exhibitors, and he's going to tell me a little bit more about what he's planned for us at the show.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Not too bad.
Good. So I'm obviously in an office, so, so this space, but you're at home, are you?
I am at the moment. Yes,
Oh, nice.
we've just opened up the office again, but it's limited days. So
Yes.
I'm normally in on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
So before we start to find out what you've got planned at the show, can you just tell us a little bit about City Pantry?
Yeah, absolutely. So City Pantry, we're specialists in B2B food delivery, and more so than that, we also help facilitate employee well-being and engagement. Um, we started a few years ago now with a mission to make working lives better, and we wanted to do that by providing great food from a huge range of food partners, from the biggest brands to everyone's favourite local heroes, all in a way, especially now that's COVID safe and also optimized for business needs. So yeah, it started off very, very simply, but has grown to be something a bit more than that these days.
So I can imagine last year being quite challenging for the company, and so how has the business adapted to?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think any business that's in B2B will tell you that last year was challenging, to say the least. I think what's been amazing though throughout the year is the speed and innovation that we were able to show as we pivoted to a solution that helped businesses throughout the past year, um, and we really looked at what customers needed, our clients, the businesses, and the challenges they were facing, but also our food partners, our vendors who traditionally would have restaurants that were opening that were also suffering through the last year. And we looked at what the best ways of servicing both sides of that marketplace looked like, and that's where we came up with pantry packages, so an at-home service that's able to deliver food from those restaurants and food partners directly to teams and employees that are working from home. And we found that a lot of businesses really engaged with it, and it meant that it set us up in a way that now we move into this new hybrid world. We're set with both an offer that can work at home and for staff that are remaining at home, and also for those people that are going back to offices as they go back now and more so in the future.
Great idea. And are you seeing a lot of your clients returning back to the office?
Yeah, we are indeed. So at the beginning of this year, we actually started conducting some research for our back to office report, just canvassing not only our own customers but the businesses across the UK, to try and find out what the sentiment was, what the mood was, when people were going back, and when that kind of uptake was going to start happening. What we can see at the moment from our user base and from polling that we conduct on a week by week basis is that we're up to about 50% of customers returning in some form. Now that doesn't mean that 50% of the workforce has returned. It just means that 50% of our businesses, or the businesses that we work with, have had at least someone go back to the office over the last couple of weeks. And we are expecting that to continue. So although, as I said, it's slow and maybe a little bit nervous at the moment, I think as confidence returns,
Yeah.
we're going to see more people start heading in that direction. And I think us as a business, we can actually help with that confidence, because we can show people, we can show teams that they can return to the office safely, and food can play a part in that confident and safe return.
Yeah, great. And I saw on the website that you've got delivery to 600 plus companies weekly, which is amazing.
Mm.
Can you tell us a little bit more about these kind of clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So we offer our services to all different sizes of business, from startups to the very largest enterprises. And I think we're able to do this because we've focused on the flexibility of our platform and the ability to make sure that our platform can answer the use cases and needs of, as I said, everyone from a business that's just starting out for the first time with 10 employees in one room, all the way up to multi-office locations with the biggest enterprises. And so that's why we're able to help, businesses like Google and Facebook, all the way down to any number of challenger startups that want to provide a perk or want to provide, food to their team, whether that be, a Friday treat or more of a daily food expense.
Nice. So I know most of the core market are like office managers, PAs, workplace managers, basically our audience that come to the PA show. So what is it that you do to support them?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I think one of the things that we've always looked at from a City Pantry perspective is that the office manager, the EAs, the PAs, those that effectively help run the office, they're actually the heart and the lifeblood of that office and that office function. And sometimes they can be seen as forgotten heroes, and we know this because not only do we speak to them on a day-to-day basis, but we conduct surveys and research. Last year we did one on the office heroes, and that is exactly what we found, is that these people that are fundamental in the smooth running of our offices are maybe overlooked sometimes, and part of our mission now is to elevate them to that role of the office hero. One of the internal projects we work on is exactly that. It's how do we make sure that the people that are ordering the food, that are managing the office, are seen as those office heroes. And so not only do we provide the forums and research to support that, we also have a dedicated Slack group, which is the office managers group, that's open to anyone in that type of function, whether it be office manager, PA or EA or any other office facilitator, and they can join that group. And then in that group, as I said, it's totally open to anyone, so they can just go on there, share stories, share experience, share suppliers, share anything that they will hopefully help their day to day. And as I said, ultimately what we're trying to do is help that community, be part of that community as well, and provide the tools that they need to make their days easier, to be honest, because as I said, they have very busy jobs.
Yes.
There's a lot to do as someone that's effectively running the office, and we ultimately want to give them the easiest life they can to make them the office heroes that they are.
Oh, that's really good. One thing I'm really excited about at the show is having that face-to-face contact. And what are you really looking forward to at the show?
I think that's I think you've hit the nail on the head there. So we really enjoyed it the last time around we did it in person, but it feels like it's been so long since then, and so long since many of us have been able to experience live events. So I think as a business, as the team that are going to be going down there on the day or over the 2 days, we're just excited to join in and speak to the community again in person rather than digitally or in any other way. It's just going to be great to be able to have that tangible conversation, and express ourselves with that community in a personal way again. I mean, I think I'm sure I've read it somewhere, but I think it's incredibly important that we've spent so long apart. Spending time together again is now even more important, and I think the quicker we can feel confident and normalize that time together again, the better we'll be in whatever the next normal looks like.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned that you exhibited previously. What brought you back to the show?
I think it's more of it's the quality of the show itself, and again, it's the ability to engage with the community. We've found that the people that are attending, they are engaged. They want to talk. They want to engage with everyone about whatever solution is in place, and ultimately also learn a lot. So from as a marketeer, I want to know what's going on in the audience that I'm providing products and messaging for. But I also want to learn. So I want to learn from the keynote speakers. I want to learn what's happening around the rest of the industry. And I think that the show itself gives a great opportunity for that to happen.
Oh, that's great. It's a great way for you to test the market as well, isn't it? So if you've got any new ideas coming up, it'd be a great way for you to just check out what their views are as well. So, so what are you planning? So what is it that you're planning for the show?
Yeah, so obviously we're gonna have our stand, and I believe we're going to be in one of the talks as well. But we are going to have a offer available to attendees that come and visit us. Obviously, it's tightly under wraps at the moment, but as soon as it's finalised,
Yeah.
we'll be sharing those details. So stay tuned and make sure you come by the stand. But we are looking at a way that we can effectively showcase our hybrid approach for both teams at home and teams in the office, that anyone that comes by the stand and wants to have a bit of a demonstration of that can obviously come and see. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have some of the treats from our food partners available and on the stand as well, should anyone want to try them out on the day.
I think that would be really nice. Well, just because then you've got an opportunity to kind of have a look and sample some of the things that you maybe would be a bit hesitant. And when you're doing it for a team, you can be a bit nervous about, oh, should we book from this restaurant? So I think it's a great opportunity for people to be able to do a little tasting.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it was quite interesting for us that when the original announcement went out, I think it was last week, about our attendance at the show, we had a couple of vendor partners who obviously are on the same mailing list reach out to us saying, oh, like, we see you're at the show, it'd be great to team up and take our wares down there. So I think that we'll have no shortage of volunteers.
So that's definitely an incentive to come and visit this stand. I'm really looking forward to meeting you face to face. And great talking to you, Shane. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to seeing you at the show, and as sure all our audience will be. So if you'd like to meet the City Pantry team, they'll be on stand B14, which is right in the centre of the exhibition centre, right in the hub of the show. So if you'd like to join us, do register at thepashow.com website. Details should be below. It's free to attend the exhibition, so come along. Thanks so much for your time, Shane.
No problem at all. Thank you.